Hello, folks. Welcome to another edition of the MakeCode Arcade Advanced stream. Sorry for those small technical difficulties. I'm Richard. Richard on the MakeCode forum, and if I bleed out during the stream, it's because my cat just slashed me across my chest right before.
Richard, if you start bleeding, maybe we can stop streaming.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
I'm Shannon. I'm actually on the MakeCode forums.
And I'm Vivian at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forums.
And we're working on our Smash game today. But first, we have a little bit of business to cover. What's happening right now, Shannon?
It's the day after the day that Pong was invented.
Thank you. Vivian, what's happening right now?
It's Nothing Tuesday!
Gosh, guys, it's Game Jam time. There's a Game Jam happening.
Oh,
You can find out more about it if you go to aka.ms/arcadegj. That's G for game and J for jam. Or if you go to our forum, there's a post there too and pinned in the arcade category. The theme is climate crisis. It's a lot of fun. It's easy to participate. Please, make some games. Be fun. Okay, but today we are working on our Smash Bros type game. We've decided to call it Food Fight because Vivian drew this awesome strawberry character. Yes, Vivian.
Richard, will you share your screen with me and Shannon?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was a little rushed when I was setting stuff up today.
Yeah,
so
sorry.
1 second. Yeah, we're going to disappear for a second. Oh man, every time I make us disappear, I always put us way too far out of the thing, so I always have trouble getting us back. There we go. There we are. All right. OBS difficulties. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get started now. I think that first off, we're going to take a look at the code we have so far. Well, I guess not really the code, the game we have so far. But to make this a little bit easier to see, I'm going to go right now, and we've made hitboxes for our game. And we were doing it with pink, but because our background is pink, I'm going to go ahead and switch this to be green so that hopefully we can see it a bit better. There we go. Okay, so we've got this green hitbox. This is our hitbox for collisions. And when we attack, if you look, you can see these blue rectangles. Those are our attack hitboxes. So the idea is we're going to have multiple characters that are going, and we're going to want them to, when these attack hitboxes overlap with their character hitboxes, we're going to do the normal stuff you expect from a Smash Bros. Type game. So we're going to be building up damage, and we're also going to be doing smashing. So if you have enough damage and you get hit, you're going to go flying, depending on how much damage you have. So we've got our basic attacks going, so I think it's time to make it so that we can smash something. And also, let's see, art for this time around. Vivian, are you gonna, when you're done eating, are you gonna work on more of your character, like walking and stuff?
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Cool.
Wait, yeah, we next is walking and then idle.
Yeah, we don't even need idle, to be honest. Let's just do walking. And then next after that would be a cool special move. So something that's not just like immediate attack, like just think of something, and we can do this one as its own little coding thing. It doesn't need to be all one sprite, but like, so, you know, for example, with Kirby has the hammer. That's kind of a boring one. Has the sword that goes up and comes down and launches an attack. Has the turning into a rock, falling down and smashing something.
Can you swallow people as Kirby?
Yeah, you can also swallow people, but that one's a little bit more complicated because then we also have to copy the powers of everybody else, which is like, you know, a lot. But yeah. All right, and Shannon, it looks like you're also eating, but do you have some art you would be interested in doing for this one?
Yeah, I had more tiles that I wanted to do. Okay,
cool. That's perfect.
But if you need other things, I can also.
Well, we're going to need another character at some point. So, you know, but whatever you want, really. You know, we're going to be working on this for a few more streams, definitely. So it's no rush.
Shannon, make sure your character is weaker than mine. Let my strawberry beat you up.
All right. We need a name for this strawberry guy, too.
Straw man.
Straw man. Perfect. All right, so before we get into actual character smashing, one thing that I want to do is I want to make it so that when we are walking around, we are changing directions, because we're not doing that right now. Right now, we are just always, walking backwards and walking forwards. And you can do that for some fighting games. I mean, Street Fighter 2, I think you pretty much always just face the same direction, and you walk backwards and you walk forwards. But we want to have, the ability to actually walk around a bit. So to do that, I think we're going to start out using the character animations extension. So let's go ahead and grab that. All right, so if you've never seen us use the character animations extension before, it's pretty nifty for doing things that are based on directions and different states of your character, changing out what the animations are. So to make this happen, we're going to refactor our code a little bit, because right now what we're doing is we have this make sprite where we take in an image and then we take in all of these values. I think, though, that what we really want to do is we want to make it so that when we're calling this make sprite, we're going to pass in a sprite, because that'll make it so that outside of our sprite, we can go ahead and do all of our animations and stuff. It doesn't really matter, actually. You know what? Let's just do our animations after we call make sprite. It'll be fine. No refactoring.
Good, because we don't have Joey here to sing the song.
That's true.
Wait, I thought Joey was the debug song.
He has 2 songs.
Oh, what's his refactor song?
Oh, it's my refactor song.
Oh yeah, wait, no, it is your refactor song.
Well, we're not refactoring anyway.
Can you give us a preview though? I don't think Shannon's heard it.
Yeah, imagine you're like walking around and you find a cool item that's also letting you, maybe it's like a shovel so you can move things around like a physical refactor, and then you open up the chest and goes
Beautiful. Thank you, Vivian.
All right, so what we are doing is we are just flipping our animations so that we now have a facing right and facing left, so we can walk around. We need to also do this for our attacks, because right now when I do our attack, you'll see that I'm going to actually, like move around a bit, which is kind of bad. We want to make sure that we are always facing the correct direction. So for the duration of our attack, what we're going to do is we're going to disable our character animations and then run it based off of which direction we are currently facing. So we're always going to do our animations as if we are facing right, and then we will flip them if we are facing the other direction. So to check that, the character animation has a nifty thing, which is this right here. I can go to sprite, and I can say is facing right. Well, we want to do opposite. We want to do is facing left. Then we are going to take our frames and we're going to take our hitbox frames and we're going to flip those. Your camera keeps doing a weird thing, Vivian.
What?
You're now in like widescreen CinemaScope.
That's, oh wow. Why?
Yeah.
Did you do that?
No, I didn't do it. It's not really a big deal. It's just weird. It happened before the call too.
Weird.
Yep. Okay. So we're going to do a 4 element of, and we're just going to go into frames. And because we are passing these in as arrays, we can go ahead and just like mess with the original ones. So we're going to go into our images and just call the flip horizontal, and we don't need to clone or anything. And we're going to do this also for our hitbox frames. So those are now flipped. So now, if I'm facing right, I can do an attack. Whoops. We can see that go. And now if I face left and I do an attack, oh, we had an exception.
Why?
I don't know. Let's use the debugger. Someone needs to do the debug song in Joey's place.
Wait, I already sang a song. It's Shannon's turn.
Yeah, come on, Shannon. You know the debug song.
I think so. It's beep boop. No?
One more. You have to do beep boop, beep boop.
Wait. Beep boop, beep boop.
There you go.
Nailed it.
Now I feel like we're truly debugging.
It's my favorite song, I have to say.
More than the refactor song?
The refactor song paints a cinematic landscape.
The refactor song is great. I'm not trying to knock the refactor song, but I mean, it's just something about the beep, boop, beep, boop. It's in my head all day.
Richard's a robot. Confirmed.
Okay, this is interesting. I think we found a bug in Arcade.
I feel like that's doesn't like arrays types.
No, so what's happening is we have two of these value variables, and I think they are shadowing each other. So like if we go ahead and do this right here, we're going to wait. Okay, so here I'll actually we'll go into the nitty gritty of this. I'm going to go ahead and save this code before I do this. And now we're going to switch to JavaScript. And we're going to go to the doAttack function. Okay, and we're doing, well, this actually looks right. Did we find a compiler bug? Oh, yeah, we did. It doesn't know that this is an image, so it's trying to call flip X on whatever is being passed into here. Oh, let's see. Interesting. We don't find compiler bugs all that often. Okay. The reason I did that was because that's the safe way to go back to blocks. Anyway, it's technical. Okay. So we can't do this. That's all right. The way we can actually fix this is by doing a cast. So if we go into functions and we're going to make a flip, it's going to take in a image like that. And we're just going to call this on this. Put this here, put this here, and magically everything's going to work now. You might be like, isn't that the same code just moved around? Yes, it is, but it works. So don't question it.
Oh my god, that's a refactor. Refactor?
I guess, yeah, it was technically a refactor.
Hi. Nice.
All right. So we're doing this attack. One thing though, that you might notice, let's do an attack and then move. So I'm doing this and now I'm moving in the opposite direction. Oh, actually, this seems to be working fine. I thought it was going to try to like override it or something. Well, anyway, we want to lock our controls when we're doing an attack, so that we can't move. I mean, it kind of depends on which attack we're doing. No, I think we just always want to lock our controls. So to make this happen, what we need to do is we need to keep track of when we are doing an attack. And the easiest way to do that is to do it as just a thing where we set a variable at the beginning and we set a variable at the end. To do that, though, we can't do that inside of our on A button pressed because that means we need to pause while the attack is happening. So we're going to add another extension, which is the timers extension. What did I say my favorite extension is? I think timers might be my favorite.
I feel like your favorite one is one that you wrote with Daryl, or one that Daryl wrote. So.
Oh, the tile maps one?
Maybe.
It might be.
Text?
I'm switching.
I don't
want
to tell you what your favorite extension is, Richard. Only you know.
Yeah, I'm switching to timers. I think timers is pretty cool. Okay. So what we're going to do is when we call this doAttack function, we are going to use a not a variable. We're going to go into sprite and use sprite data. And we're going to set something to true on them. So we're going to go to sprite and we're going to say attacking. And we're going to set that to true. And at the end, we're going to set that to false. We're going to put all this in here. And we are going to put all of this inside of a big if statement. And we're going to check that Boolean we just set. So this is going to make it so that we can't mash the button and attack multiple times while an attack is still going on. You have to wait for the attack to finish. This one. Oh, we want to put this inside a knot. All right, so let's go ahead now, and I'm just going to mash the button, and it looks pretty much the same, but oh, it's definitely restarting though. So I messed this up. Oh, I didn't put in the pause, right? Pause is kind of important. So we're going to put in a pause, and we're going to pause for the time that we passed in. There, okay, see now I'm mashing the B button, and we always wait for the attack to finish before we started another one. So that's good. Okay, so now let's do the controller locking that we wanted to do. So we're going to go into here, we're going to go into controller, and we're going to say, well, I think what we probably want to do is we want to do a thing. So we're going to have multiple controllers going on. We're going to have player 1 and player 2. So I want to use this do attack function for both of those, but we don't want to make it so that we always do like, so what I was originally thinking we would do is just like this, where we set it to be 0, and then at the end we set it to be 100, and this will work perfectly fine. So if I go ahead and do this, you can see that I'm like halting as I attack because I can't move. So that's fine. But if I have a player 2 now, then when I call this on player 2 is going to be controlled by my controller at the end. We need to know which player is controlling this one. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go into I guess what we'll do is we'll go inside here, do an edit function, and we're going to put in a number, which is going to be player number. Like that. And we're going to say if player number equals 1, then we're going to, actually, we don't even need to do it for the first one because we can just say control all of them with 0, 0. So I'm going to say if player number equals 1, then we're going to do this. Otherwise, we're going to go into controller and do the player 2 move like this, and put that as 100 and that as 0. And if we do 4 players later, we can go ahead and do it for player 3 and 4 also. Up here, I'm just going to make it so that we don't even need to check the if, because we're just saying don't control them for all of the controllers. So that's fine. Okay, cool. So yeah, all right, we're now halting while we're attacking. And we can move around and our animation looks right. Good. All right. Now we're in a good state. Let's add another character so that we have someone to hit. For now, Vivian's unhappy that I said that.
Just seems like a really violent way to bring somebody into this situation.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, why would we bring violence into our fighting game?
I just kind of feel like we need to have some reasons for them to be fighting before we just make them fight, you know? Like maybe we're running out of fridge space. That's a good reason to fight.
So as long as it's justified.
Yeah, fighting for fighting's sake doesn't seem like I don't know.
Okay, so we're making a player 2 now. This, if I move out of the way, you can see player 2's right here. Oh, whoa, we've got a few players. Okay, I did something wrong. Let's see. Oh, I see what we did. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to, for this, we want to get rid of this move. And we want to do a move with player 2. Put this right here, and with buttons, we're going to change VX that y to 0. Cool. Okay. So now we no longer have that weird thing happening. Now we just have two of the same character. So let's go ahead, and while we're doing it, we're going to go ahead and just do the rest of our code, which is just these 3 blocks. We want to duplicate this and make this a controller on player 2 A button pressed, like that. And do this one is on up pressed, and then this one's going to be on B pressed. All right, and now we need to change all of these to player 2. The smart thing to do would be to refactor all of this.
Boo boo doo boo doo. Wait, are we? No, we're not refactoring. We're not being smart.
I'll probably refactor it later, but
okay.
For now I want to get to what I was actually working on. Okay, so we have 2 characters now. So we have this guy, which for some reason won't move anymore. What the? Oh, this should be player 1. Okay, player 2, player 2, player 2, player 1. And now we have, oh, I got rid of the player 1 move. There we go. Okay. So we got player 1 running around. Punch, 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 punch. We got player 2 running around. Punch, 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 punch. So let's make it so they actually, fight. So I think the first step in this is going to be the percentage counter. So, oh wait. Oh right. I think this is a quarter. I made this nice argument, and then I didn't actually use it for player 2. So I need to make it so that player 2 passes in the 2. There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. So we've got our 2-player game now. Of course, the camera only follows player 1, so we'll figure out something for that later. Okay, so let's go ahead, and we're going to do our percentage tracker. So we want to have like a little character portrait, I think, or something at the bottom to let you know who it is. And because this guy's just a strawberry, I think the obvious thing to do is we'll just use a strawberry image, and we'll put the percentage. I guess it needs to be monocolor, but for now, let's just put the percentage. We'll worry about this later. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to use the player 1 and player 2 score, because it already gives me some nice little UI for doing this. So let's go into our info category. We're going to go down to the score right here, set player 2 score. And we're going to be changing this. So actually, we should get the change one out here. We're going to be changing this when we do an overlaps. So let's do the overlaps right now. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a overlap event between player and, well, not player, between hitbox and another kind of hitbox. So let's do onSprite of kind attack hitbox overlaps other sprite of kind character hitbox. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go into here and make it so that when we are checking to see if they are, well, first we need to check to see if they are the sprite that is doing the attack. Because if we look at this right now, so let's just look at player 1 over here. When I press A, or when I press B, you can see that my hitbox is overlapping my hitbox here. So we don't want to get damaged by our own attacks. That's silly.
Richard, a question.
Yeah.
Are there going to be CPUs in the game?
Good question. We might do that at some point. I think it's totally within our power to do it, but I'm going to do that at the end if we do it, I think it would be a fun thing to figure out how to do the AI for this game.
Mhm.
But that's definitely going to be its own stream.
This is from Unsigned Arduino in chat.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and get a data off of this sprite. We're going to go ahead and get the data as sprite for our character hitbox. And we're going to do this as, I think it's character. I think. I don't know. We can go check the function real quick. Yep. So hitbox data character to temp sprite. That's what I thought. Okay. So if the character on our attack hitbox does not equal the character on our character hitbox, then we're going to do this. And before I do this, I think I might have only done the character for the hitbox and not the attack hitbox. Yeah, here we go. So I need to duplicate this down here and make this our character hitbox, our attack hitbox. There we go. All right, now that's fixed. Then we need to figure out which player we are. So we need to go back to that function I just left. We're going to edit this and we're going to add a number. And this is going to be our player number. And we're going to set this as a number on our sprite. So we're just going to go set temp sprite. We're going to set player to player number. And we're going to be using that to figure out which score we should be setting. So let's go into here. We're going to set the, well, we're going to check that number we just had. So let's go into here and do an equals. We're going to go into here and get the data as a number. Put this on our data character for our, oh, we don't want this for the, we want this for the character hitbox character. We're going to do player. And if it equals 1, then we are going to change our player 1 score by, we'll just do it by 1 for now. Otherwise, we're going to change our player 2 score by 1. And let's not make the same mistake I made last time. We're going to go into here and set our player 2 to be player 2. Okay, so punch, 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 punch. Okay, so we can see that I am successfully like doing damage to player 2. All right. One thing you might notice though is that, okay, so I should only be doing 1 damage, right? But when I punch, see it's going up by, looks like 2 every time. And the reason why is because it's going to be going up for every frame that our hitboxes are overlapping. So we need to fix that. One other thing we need to do. So right now I made the hitboxes hollow so that they were easier for us to see. We're going to fix that now because we actually want them to be filled in. So we're going to go to this draw rectangle that we have, and we're going to do a fill rectangle. And by the way, let me just show why this is an issue. So let's see, I'm going to use my B attack now. So you see this thing, it's got the attack hitbox over here, and it's got an attack hitbox over here. I'm going to be using it on this guy, and I'm not doing any damage to them, despite the fact that I'm clearly hitting them. And it's because it's on the interior of this hitbox, which doesn't work. We want this to be filled in so that then the overlap will definitely happen. All right, so where was I? Over here, we're going to go ahead and just use this fill instead. And we're going to fill the image with green, which means our character is now going to turn into a green rectangle. Nice. Okay, this is a less fun looking game. So to make it so that we can see our characters, we're also going to take their z depth and we're going to set it to -1. There you go. Okay, so we can still see our hitbox, but it is now below our character, which is okay. So let's go ahead and do the other thing that we need to do, which is to make it so that we are invincible for a short period of time. Because when we get hit, we want to make it so that we have a little bit of invincibility so that we're not getting hit like 100 times whenever we do an attack. So to make that happen, we're going to be storing a variable called iframes on our character. Go into here. So typically when you're doing stuff in fighting games, you do it with frames, but we're actually, I guess I'll just do invincibility time, because we're going to be doing things with time. Generally, you want to do it with frames because fighting games are really precise. But we're doing everything else with time, so we're going to do it with time in this game. Should be fine. So I'm going to go ahead and set this to 0 for now. And now where we're doing our damage, so over here, we're going to check this number. So I'm going to set this to be the data. Oh, I don't want it as sprite. I want it as a number. Oh, I got that right here. So we're going to do our character hitbox character data invincible time. If that is less than the current time in the game, so the time since start, then we're going to do this. And so right now we should have our code exactly the same as we did before, because this is always true. We set it to 0 and we're never changing it. So the time since start's always going to be greater than 0. But if we want to make it so that they are invincible for some amount of time, then we can just set our value. So I'm going to go and just copy that from over here. I really should have dragged this code down with the amount I'm going and like referencing it. Let's do it, Daryl. All right, we're going to go ahead and get our invincible time. And we are going to set it right here to be the other sprite. And we want to do, sorry, not other sprite. We want to do it as the other sprite's character. And we want to set it to be the time since start plus some amount of time. So we'll do the time since start plus 200 milliseconds. And now we should only see it go up by 1 when we hit. Let's tighten that up a little bit. I'm going to change this to be plus 100. Okay, all right. Well, we got a little percentage thing going now. So what we want to do is we want to now make it so that we can smash our characters. Ooh, Vivian just gave me some images. All right, I assume these are walking.
Yeah. I followed the stack rank.
Nice. All right. So we're going to go ahead and copy these over now. And delete this frame. Do that. Now this one. Now this one. Oh, I love it. I love how pointy his legs are.
It's for kicking.
Oh, whoops, I did that for the, that's fine. I'll just flip these around. Nice. let's do it for left also. So we're going to just duplicate this, go down here, make this facing left, and flip all of our frames. So flip, flip, flip. Great. And of course, we'll duplicate both of these for player 2. Eventually, we'll refactor this. Ooh, Shannon, what's this?
Oh, it's just more tiles.
Nice. Okay. Add those two. Can't see it from the preview. Ooh, I love the little jars. And the stool.
So the jars are so you have a one level platform that you can move around. Because everything else is so tall and like some of them are attached to the ground.
Cool. Perfect. All right, so I'm just copying and pasting this. By the way, the easiest way to move tiles from one project to another is to copy and paste, because our copy and paste actually also pastes all of the tiles into your project. So these tiles weren't in my project before, but now they are, because I just pasted them in there, which is nifty. It's also smart. It shouldn't duplicate any of the tiles. So as long as they're different, they will, as long as they're the same, they won't show up twice in your project. Okay. So let's get back to, well, first let's mark some walls. Probably, well,
You could do the top of it, just the very top.
yeah, that's a good point. All right, cool. We've got a, I love this. I love the combination of character and tile map. Okay, so let's go ahead now and we're going to tweak our walking things slightly, because I want to make it so that we're only doing it while we are hitting wall down, so that we're not flailing around while we jump.
I have a question from me, Richard.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do the face through walls from the bottom thing?
No. That's surprisingly difficult to do.
Yeah.
Shannon and I, a while ago, were going back and forth with trying to figure out the best way to do it. And I don't think we ever came up with something that we were like super excited about.
You had one that was pretty good, I think. I don't remember how you did it, but
I don't remember how I did it either. I'd have to go look it up. I still have the code somewhere.
Mm.
So what we're talking about is, in a lot of games, including Smash Bros, other platformers, you'll have some tiles that are like thinner than others. And the idea is that when you are on them and you press down, you fall through them. It's actually kind of tricky to do, though, because arcade is all built around having tile collisions in all directions. And so to have the tile collisions only be in one direction, like the top, and go away when you fall down is tough. All right, let's do a quick Daryl. Okay, so now we're on to smashing. So we want to make it so that we have some amount of like chance that we're going to be knocked back when we do this like hit. And to make this happen, I think we're just going to move this into a function. So let's make a function, and it's going to be called get smashed, or smash, just smash. It's going to take in two sprites, the smasher and the smashy.
Are we not concerned about
What?
We're concerned about Kirby, but we're not concerned about Smash.
I guess that's a good point.
No, that's fine.
Slam.
They can't.
Slammer.
Smash is just a word. They can't.
I mean,
We could just be
I'm on
speaking
Slam
English.
now. I'm on Slam now. So okay. So we have this function, and we're going to move all of our attack stuff. So let me actually take this right now, and we're going to move it inside of this slam function. Oh, this is going to be a pain. All right, let's just do it as quickly as possible. Okay, so we want to make it so that this is slam e, this is slammer, this is slam e, this is slam e, and this is slam e. Beautiful. Okay. And now we're going to go into here and call our function with our, so this is the slam e and this is the slammer.
We're trying to take these words seriously.
Would it be better with smash?
No. We're on slam.
All right. Okay, so our code should be just the way it was before. This was a refactor, by the way. Cue refactor song.
Really, depending on the size of the refactor, we should change the length of the refactor song.
That's true. This was a pretty small refactor.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so we're doing this function thing right here. So I think we want to make a variable that's going to be called smash amount. So the idea is we're going to have different attacks. Each attack is going to have a, well, let's actually close this out, and we're going to do this inside of our do attack function. So let's go right here. We're going to edit this function, put in a number, and this is going to be slam strength. And we're going to store this on our attack hitbox. So I'm going to go into sprites. We're going to store this as a number. Why is my simulator not coming back? A simulator.
Interesting.
There we go.
Different.
Whoops. Yeah, that was weird. I haven't seen that happen before. Okay, so anyway, let's go back to our do attack function. All right. So we have our slam strength. We're going to go ahead and store that on our sprite. So let me go into our character and set the data as a number. And we're not actually going to put this on the attack sprite. We're going to put this on the character sprite because that's where we're storing everything else. So let's go ahead and duplicate this, but change this to be, wait, is this sprite that I'm passing in the character? It is. It is. Yeah, so I don't need to get anything. Put this right here. This slam strength. And we're gonna just put that right there. And we can collapse this guy back up. And let's go ahead and go to our two attacks. I'm just going to do this for player one for now. So this is our weak attack. I'm just going to leave this as 1. And this is our strong attack. Oh, wait. No, this is the jump for player 2. Yeah, this is our strong attack. I'm going to make this one 10. And let's go into our slam function. And we're now going to use this value. So we have our slammer right here. We can go ahead and get this data as a number, and we're going to get the slam strength. And we're going to use this right now for our score, so that we have different amounts of damage that our two attacks do. So right now, this should go up by 1. This should go up by 10. Nice. Okay, so this is, I don't know why you would use that other attack. Now what we want to do is, based off the slam strength and the current amount of percentage that the other character has, we're going to determine how far we get launched. By the way, I've never understood why it's a percentage in Smash Bros. Percentage of what? What is it?
Percentage of smash.
Percentage of smash. Yeah.
It feels bad when you go over 100, though. Like,
it feels bad, but it's not actually that much worse than below 100. And like I've gotten up to like 300 or 400 before.
That one feels bad too. 300 feels worse than 200.
I mean, yes, but also I feel like a lot of that is just the numbers getting a darker and darker red as they go up.
That's true.
Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do a launch now, but only I think if we have, I think there's going to be two things that we check. We're only going to do a launch for certain types of attacks. So I want to use this slam strength, and I'm going to say if the slam strength is greater than or equal to 10. And this is true in Smash Bros. Too. So if you imagine like your weak little Kirby punch when you just press A, that never throws anybody. It doesn't have any slam strength. It just hits you and it makes the percentage go up, but there's no chance that it's actually going to send you flying. I think in Smash Bros. These are separate stats, but we're going to combine them for this one. Okay, so if the slam strength is greater than or equal to 10, then there's a chance you're going to get launched. And we're also going to put an and here, and we're going to say that you're not going to get launched until it's above, I don't know, I'm just putting in random numbers here, but we can, I need a variable here, which is slammy %. And we need to set this to our score. So we're going to go right here, make this our player 1 score. This one will be our player 2 score. Beautiful. Okay, so if our slam E % is greater than or equal to 25, then we're going to do some amount of launching. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to give it a velocity at an angle. So let me go ahead and just add Joey's extension now. But do you guys have any idea of like what values I should use for this? I don't have anything off the top of my head.
Or what angle they should be launched at?
No. For like what velocity they should be launched at. Like a good formula for that. It should probably just be some linear formula, but like what is like the values? Why am I looking for this? And I know that Joey made it, so I have to type it in. J1derl/arcade. I'm so bad at typing. Util. I was really it's been a while because we were off last week. I was really questioning at that time.
Should the velocity be a function of the percent?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So I guess what we're going to do is let's just do the straight % right now multiplied by something. Easy enough. So we're going to go ahead and go into sprite utils, and we're going to do a set velocity at angle to make this our slammy. We want the angle to be, I hope you guys are ready to do some trig. Everybody loves trigonometry. Everybody in the world. Where is it?
I do like the
Joey's
trig song.
extension is to, huh?
Oh. I do like the trig song. Sorry, Shannon, go.
Good trig song. The point of Joey's extension is to greatly reduce the amount of trig that we
You're right. Okay, so I can go ahead and use this angle from, and we're going to do the angle from, and for now, let's just do the angle from our, sorry, other way, from our slammer to our slammy. It does matter if you do these in a different direction because, it'll be the angle that is either going from one to the other or from the other back. So you can reverse it. All right, and we're going to multiply our slam E % times
1.5?
I think we want it more than that. Let's do times 2.
% out of 100?
Well, it's not out of 100 because it can go above 100, right?
Yeah. 200 200's a lot, I think.
Did I do something wrong here? Okay, if slammer data strength is greater than or equal to 10, and the slammy percent is greater than or equal to 25, then we set the velocity to this and the slammy percent times 2. That seems right to me. So we know that it's getting the right slam strength because it's going up by 10 each time. And we know it's got the right slammy percent because it's just getting the score, and we've just been changing the score. We're setting it to be player 2 score or player 1 score.
I guess the
Oh, I'm dumb. We want to set it on the hitbox, not on the sprite, because we just reset it to always have the same location as the. That's not a quarter.
Yesterday code, yeah.
Oh.
So it's not really a dumb situation. It's like a yesterday code situation.
Look at him go. Okay, I'm gonna get his percentage way up. And now we're gonna move over a little bit. Oh, I'm getting echo now. All right, smash. Sorry, slam. Get him over here. Slam. That's fun. I like this.
You should put player 2 up on something and then slam them and see if that.
Okay, so we'll put him up on this stool. And now, slam. This is pretty good. Okay, and there's another thing I want to do here, which is I want to make it so you bounce off walls. And we're going to make it so that there is a time, because when you get slammed, there's a time where your controls are going to be locked. All right. And it depends on how strong the slam is. So if it's a really strong slam, you're going to have your controls locked for a longer period of time. And so during that period, we're also going to make it so you bounce off walls. So if you get hit really hard into a wall, you'll just like bounce, which I think will be pretty cool. That'll be a lot of fun. Let's see. Do we have time for that? We got like 2 minutes left. We'll do outros while I'm doing it. We don't have time for it. I got to do a little refactoring, but look forward to that. We're going to be doing some slamming stuff where people actually get like hit around and bounced. Also, stuff we're going to do next week is we're going to make it so you can actually lose. So we're probably going to make it so that there's something off the edge of the screen so you get hit. I'm saying next week, but it's tomorrow. And we're going to probably do, let's see, then we have like the basics of stuff going. So maybe we'll start doing special moves or a second character. Be a lot of refactoring.
I started making an animation for a special move, so.
Oh, nice. Can you just give us, like, I don't want you to tell us what it is, obviously.
Oh.
But can you just give us a hint?
Wait, what?
No.
Oh, act it out? That's just gonna give it away, Shannon.
Oh, okay. Too much.
It was a suggestion from chat, and
if it's a suggestion from chat, you can just tell us what it is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the idea is you're grabbing a strawberry from the ground. It's like maybe Isabel with the turnip? Sorry?
Oh no, never mind.
Wait, Shannon,
there are actually a large number of characters who pull things out of the ground. Peach does it.
Oh, yeah,
Oliver does it with Pikmin.
Peach who gets her turnip from the ground, maybe?
Yeah, she pulls up a turnip and then it has like a face on it and then she throws it.
Yeah, so it's the same energy, except it's a strawberry from the ground and you're a strawberry, but this strawberry from the ground doesn't have a face on it. And then you hold it around and then you'll throw it.
Nice. So it's like you're pulling up a head.
No, it doesn't have a face.
Yeah, it doesn't have a face.
Oh, so... You're right. That's totally fine. All right, I'm Richard, at Richard on the MakeCode forum.
I'm Shannon, at Checkout on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm Vivian, at Live Cheerful on the MakeCode forum.
And I'm excited about this game, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
So excited.